Good evening and welcome to this edition of Seafood at Your Fingertips. Tonight we're coming from the far western panhandle in Escambia County. My name is Rick O'Connor. I'm the Florida Sea Grant agent here, and we're going to be doing a real simple and very popular dish, but we're going to be using a real special species for this one. I want to introduce Ms. Dorothy Lee, our family consumer science agent here in Escambia County, and she's going to be preparing this meal for us.
In preparing our recipe, one of the first things we do anytime that we're working with food, of course, is to wash our hands. So I'm going to go ahead and wash my hands before I start our recipe. And I'm washing my hands thoroughly and making sure that everything is clean on my counter. All the utensils are clean because we don't want to cross-contaminate any of the foods that we are preparing. So washing hands, washing counters, washing all of our utensils is a really, really good idea. This evening, the recipe that we're preparing is Southwest Tacos. It has a little bit of a different twist because we're using lionfish for our fish this evening. Lionfish is available in local supermarket or your local seafood markets. However, any type of white firm fish works well for this recipe. A flounder, a grouper, even frozen fish, maybe codfish would work well for this recipe also. To start the recipe, we're going to prepare the coleslaw, and in doing so, we're going to add in the bottom of our large bowl 1 tablespoon of red pepper, half a teaspoon of pepper, and also we're going to add a little bit of either ranch dressing, or to add a little bit of extra flavor to this coleslaw, we can add some blue cheese dressing. I'm putting all this down in the bottom of the bowl because when I add the cabbage and start to mix it, the dressing will mix evenly over the pieces of cabbage. So we just stir a little bit and then add, I'm using pre-shredded cabbage, and I'm going to use about 4 cups of cabbage for this recipe, and we're going to mix a little at a time. Okay, and using our tongs helps a little bit in mixing each piece of the cabbage slaw with the dressing. And then we're going to set this aside and start on our fish. So this is our cabbage slaw, and we want to add a little bit of extra tang to it. So we're going to squeeze just a little bit of this wonderful lime juice over the top of our cabbage slaw and set that aside for now, and we'll come back to that in a few minutes. These are the lionfish fillets that we're going to be using in our recipe, and we're going to lightly dredge them in some Italian breadcrumbs. You could use cornmeal for this. Any type of breadcrumbs would work. Okay, and then we're going to lightly fry them a little bit in some oil. And lionfish is quite firm. Okay, so now I have oil, about just a small amount, maybe a tablespoon or 2 of oil in the skillet, just enough to kind of barely cover our fish, and it's not all in there. Okay, and we're going to put our fillets in the skillet and cook them until they are done. Most fish needs to only have a small amount of time preparing. Okay, you can hear it starting to sizzle now. Okay, so while our fish is cooking, we're going to prepare some tacos, and a neat way to do that is to take a muffin tin, place your tacos along the cup area, and we're going to put them in a 350-degree oven for about 3 to 4 minutes, and just long enough for them to get warm. And that way they stand up. Okay. Just ready for our tacos are warm and ready to be filled. So we're just going to place it on our stove top and take one of our tacos and put just a little bit of our wonderful lionfish fillets at the bottom, and then add a little bit of our coleslaw to the top of it. Okay, and place it in serving dish. Okay. Okay. And there we have our Southwest Lionfish tacos. We have some condiments, some cheese, a little bit of salsa, some tomatoes to add to it to add some extra flavor to it. We could also add some wonderful tartness to it by maybe putting a couple pieces of lime. So Southwest tacos with lionfish.